And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Whiskerwood. In basically Let's Play Building a City with Mice. Dear acting tale, winters have proven of tough periods in Whisker colonies. If a colony left themselves unprepared for the challenge, the cold and lack of crop growth leaves them desperate. Sadly, their pleas for rescue arrive at our ministry too late for an official reply. As such, please accept these preemptive notices. You must survive the winter at all costs. There is no rescue boat. There is no alternative. Do not waste this colony. If we survive the winter, we get 5 pieces of machinery. Okay. The brutal winters make for treacherous travel. As such, the king will suspend most visits to the colonies. You're confident you have prepared adequate supplies and will find your in good condition in spring. So yeah. We get a supply ship today, we get a supply ship tomorrow, and we get a supply ship in 8 days. And so most of the things have been turned off for the winter. Do I want more food? There's an argument for going to the big thing for the tailored cloaks and fine tea. Sure. We'll go big. Okay, one of them's educated, so we can get educated to pop aside to research. Okay, so I got 103% efficiency? Not quite sure why. I'm not quite sure it was penalized either, but... Oh, I need an active research project, apparently. Need something for them to research. How do I sign that? That's the button. Okay. So right now, everything in the current tier costs planks. Get medical triage wouldn't be a bad idea. Row house wouldn't be a bad idea. Organized heating provides with bonfires and fire tenders. Although we want charcoal furnace, so we can make the fuel for that first. So yeah, it's tempting to pick these two up. Let's just go for the charcoal furnace. Let's try to get the heating. It may be a bit late to get heating this winter, but let's try. Amp storage is full. Okay. Thanks, and slice view. You're almost done. I think tomorrow we'll have you done. Yeah, the main storage is full. In a way, that's maybe just an indication we need people to consume stuff. I suppose I could go around and just toss another... log on all the fires. That's a little bit more space, and then we can do a little bit of plank conversions on the houses. Put another 40 inventory someplace. Not in the main warehouse, apparently. It's not where that was. But at least that'll free up space in the storage shed so we can turn planks into... or lumber into planks. Yeah, I'm not sure there's anything I necessarily want to invest in there. And then you've got no students, so it's time to actually swap you to someone different. Okay. Only got one apprentice in here. Do I nick the... You think you're the apprentice? Yeah, you're the apprentice. Heck you. Oh, I need an apprentice in here for it to even work. Ah. And I only have the one idle apprentice at the moment. Okay. I'll put you back to work. Here... I need an apprentice. We're going to assign that apprentice we just freed up. And apparently I just need more apprentices. Of whatever type I can get a hold of. Like so. Get a triplet of apprentices like so. Well, except that the stone isn't moving particularly fast right now. We don't necessarily actually have a lot of stone in storage, so that's probably fine as well. This will empty some stuff out of the stockpile. And it'll probably get colder. Drops below 0, I think we have... the farms won't work, is what'll end up happening. Had one person that wasn't able to get to their house by the looks of it. Although maybe they teleported, I'm not sure. Start of a new day. How goes the research? Can I queue up more than one? Not with a shift click. Okay. In theory, we're getting a supply... I was expecting the supply ships to be farther up. Okay, we're getting more supplies than I was thinking. And it hasn't dropped below 0 yet. Oops. Maybe we didn't need to toss a piece of wood in that one, but we did. I'm making stone. I'm not sure I actually really need stone right now. We needed it for a particular building. We built the building and less concerned about needing more. Well, we need it for the earthworks, I suppose. Well, that's to fill in areas, but honestly, if as long as I'm careful, I hopefully don't need to do a lot of that. No, there's a variant on that. Okay. I just realized I can flip which side the entranceway is on. There's our charcoal furnace. Logs becomes fuel and pollution. Let's grab organized heating next. Although apparently I might need to do more storage, or store less things. Okay, so we got a bunch of apprentices. So I'm going to replace you with... Oh, I didn't get any fat sort, did I? Apparently I want a farming apprentice. We'll grab another apprentice of that type. Sure, grab one of each type. Got available to train. That just randomly kicks the other ones out. Okay, that wasn't quite what we wanted, but it's fine. Okay, so it's researching. So either it's already taken the planks or it takes the planks as it goes. Not sure which. We'll see if the weather gets any colder. Probably will. Day 18's over. Some people are complaining about the mild pollution. Yes, we have dropped to the point where it'd be cold. Dangerously cold, yes. Temperatures are becoming dangerously cold. Make sure you have adequate heating, especially for housing, otherwise you risk illness and death. Okay. Yeah, we got a spot down there that probably isn't warm enough. Yeah, and I think the farms are not functional in this weather, so we'll just get the people off the farms. I don't know how gathering is going to work in this weather, but looks like it might work. Looks like that farm might actually, because we're heating it, might be fine. Decoration, lift the moods. Paths and decoratives, okay. Okay, this is instant and it's free to build. I do need to build 8 of it to complete that quest, though. Okay. Didn't know if that one was blocking the path. So I decided it'd be a good idea to get rid of it before I regret it, because it's blocking the way to one of the storages. Oh, it does need to be on path. I can't just toss it anywhere. Okay. Well, then I should probably build some more path. Build some rickety makeshift path then, because we've got the lumber for that. Now, the extra decorations do take up a little bit of construction time, I think. Although people like being near them, so that's good. Okay, that's 3, 4. I don't want to block there because I'll block the path. 5. 7. 8. There we go. Oh, and they do build instantly, so no one's got to come around to them. Just costs a little bit of wood. And we're full on approval, and just really close to the storage, so we're not going to accept reward there. I think we'll keep it cheap. Take the cheapest one. One tomorrow, and then nothing for the next couple days in the future. Okay. Heavy rain, slower move speed. Okay, we want some workers assigned to the charcoal furnace. Get some charcoal being produced. Apparently 13 seconds left on organized heating. Yeah, it does look like it takes stuff as it goes. Camp storage is full again. May be making just a little too much food, which is probably a good problem to be having. Pop up the fires. Come to the end of the day. And yeah, all the houses should be kept warm. So I guess it's not 13 seconds, I guess it's 13 seconds per step or whatever. And it was like 52 steps. Game, day 19. Some people are appreciating their fish. Although it's definitely things that people are complaining about on that day. Okay, is there any optimization we can do? I can try to get a oh no, I have one. That just finished training, didn't it? Yes. Here we go. So got a optimized fishing dock there. Got someone to replace with you. Okay, I think from a training perspective we got enough trained, unless I want to be rearranging specialties. Which is something I could do with the school, but I think we're good for the moment.
The snow has crept down from the mountains. Now even the shoreline is showing the season. Open containers of water are freezing over. The thought of waking up to the sight of a fellow whisker frozen in the snow is terrifying. Please build enough houses that zero whiskers are left homeless. It was never safe to sleep outdoors, but now it is a death sentence.
Not everyone was housed. Who's the person not living in the house? Why aren't you living in the house? That's your house. Okay, we're gonna take the cheapest one. Increased winter surcharge, yeah, so cheapest one's not particularly cheap, but we're gonna take the cheapest one because I don't necessarily think we need the, well, it'd be house, or it'd be the clothing we'd be making up, right? We'd be making up better clothing, and that's about it. And right now we are, in fact, making more than clothing, so I think we've actually got... Yeah, we've got some clothing in stockpile, so we're not short on clothing. Yeah, I think the thing I need to do, if we're going to try to be productive, or more productive, is I need more people chopping wood. Oh, I took the woodcutters instead of the farmers up here. Whoops. They're apparently somehow still working up here. I'll just leave them up there. So that's probably why I feel like I'm low on wood, because I'm operating with less wood production than I normally would. Okay. Okay. See how that works. Get a couple more woodcutters, get some more wood coming in. I guess I'll have the construction workers, but I'm not necessarily building very much at the moment. Here goes the research. Almost done. I suppose I've got some fuel stored up, right? So there may be some argument to transitioning over to that if we can. At least in a limited sense. That, another day done. Just got the achievement for walkable town. Having decoration bonus points. We'll appreciate the gardens they're walking past and whatever. And I think after we're done with organized heating, I think I need to go to the warehouse. Has low capacity. Hopefully it's better than these tiny little storage sheds on a per hex bonus, or per hex level. Still more positive than negative, and a lot of the negatives are coming from the pollution, from the fires keeping everyone warm, and the fact that we haven't necessarily been getting particularly fancy food. Oh, I probably need to do a round on the fires to make sure the fires don't go out. Oh, there's organized heating. Usually covers most of the places I'm thinking about having fire, so that's not too bad of a place. Okay. Now, the problem with trying to upgrade these midwinter is... obviously, I'd have to destroy them when we need them. It's a little bit of a problem there. Camp with idle. Mining camp needs more things to mine. That's coal. Not sure we're going to go that far out of our way for coal. Okay, yeah, it means it's no longer complaining about not having anything to mine, because it does have stuff to mine. It's also tempting, although we're going to wait with this until obviously we get the next batch of people in. Farmers back here. I'm going to try a silent to ask that we don't have free. At some point we're going to want to carve into the mountain and do some mushroom farming. Which also generates stone, so we have cut stone for various buildings. Day 21 has ended. Oh, because every time I get a research thing done, we get that consumes some of the approval. I'm wondering, like, we're at max approval at every day. Why is it going back up again? The answer is because we're actually paying some every day as well. Upcoming taxes, okay, going up a little bit, not by much. We're not being charged much for population during the winter, apparently.
Our fur is not enough to hold back the winter winds. Cloaks will help us keep the warmth of campfires longer, and...
Well, good thing we did clothing well before winter, because that was basically telling us, that's the quest sort of hinting, hey, if you clothe the whiskers, they can go away from the fire longer. Like, yes, game, I have guessed that, you know, clothing the whiskers may be a good plan. Clothing the mice may be a good plan. sorry. Scrape the mic while scratching my eye. Well, technically scrape the mic boom. That's what I get for having a headset mic. Oh, the stockpile's full again. Guess we just gotta throw more warehouses at the problem. Or start stockpiling less stuff. Although, it's winter. Are we allowed to feed or allowed to produce food? Apparently, we're producing enough food that the food storage is going up faster than we're consuming it. And we're apparently getting some flax. We're not getting great yields from flax. Yeah, I might make this a little bit of a long part, and we'll go and finish out the full winter here. Oh, that reminds me. Fuel in the fire, right? Yeah. Before they burn out. Yeah, the people are getting more grumpy about the food quality, the clothing quality, the housing quality. The bath being unsatisfactory because, to be fair, in the case of the bath being unsatisfactory, it is a bit cold. And there's no soap. So we got 2 more days and winter will be over. Small warehouse is complete. Sick or injured Whiskers. Yeah, we should probably go for that next. And then we'll probably go into row house. Probably then into ore furnace. Unless I want to do... I got fuel. Could do fish. Smoked fish. Let's do the triage first, then we'll do the fish smokery next. Supply ship has arrived. And it's expensive. If we needed stuff, we definitely would like to take it, but we're not... Like, it'd be the tea and the clothing. We're not too worried about the very fine clothing. We'll just go for the basic load. They get grumpy if you don't take anything from them. We came all the way out here, and you don't want anything? So no, we gotta take something. Now, the moment spring arrives and it starts warming up, we're going to stop putting fuel in these fires. And in fact, when the fires run out, we'll tear them down and replace them with the other type. Steam. Interesting. Plank the boat, plank the boat, plank the boat. Let's upgrade you. To be fair, I think we get the wood back every time, so we're basically generating wood for the sawmill to saw into planks to turn into the upgrade to get more wood back. At some point we'll move away from the steep stairs, but at the moment we're kind of making good use of them. So yeah, I think they're planting in the one bit that's warm. That's not a lot of warmth in that field. Yeah, so these guys up here are pretty inefficient. Although I think they probably do come down, work on this one occasionally. Got a good day for research. Last day of winter, and it'll be in the really early spring. Hopefully it'll get warm enough in the early spring. Yep, one of the camps is idle. Ward shut's idle, okay. Okay, I'm over there foraging over there. That may even go ahead and pick up some of the flax. Not that we are getting complaints about being out of flax, at least, so... Supplier has arrived. Once again, I think I'll take the minimum. Without, lowering their happiness. And then tomorrow, or well, not tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, the pirates arrive, apparently. Pirate blockade, supply ship, and the Whisker ship. Followed the day after that by the tax collector. Not the pile of berries. That's the pile of berries. That's a big pile of berries. Oh, and we can now see what our taxes do, what tax we have, and what we got in storage to sell. So yeah, we shouldn't be worrying too much about this arrival. We got enough to pay for it almost in the copper alone. Don't have very much cotton, because it obviously hasn't been particularly great season for growing cotton. We had the cotton field specifically turned off for a while, so it wouldn't be trying to grow cotton where it can't. I'm gonna do one more thing of wood in these fires, and then we'll probably try to replace them all for next year. Or the ones that get auto-minded, or auto-topped up. Okay, day 24. We're still keeping our people much happier than their negative thoughts, which is mostly about their food being bland. It is apparently in some places getting a little cold, so some of them are not happy about that. But it's winter. That doesn't bother me too much. And the world warms up to 0. Which is an improvement. We want it a little bit warmer than that, so we're going to have to try to keep the fires going, I think. At least for another day. Although, this is where we're going to go ahead and put the part break in, bringing the stream to a close. If you're watching on YouTube, if everything goes according to plan, there'll be a part up tomorrow. That's assuming everything goes to plan. If you're watching on Twitch, the ongoing schedule... give me a moment to bring it back up. Is such that tomorrow we're going to be doing Terra Invicta. We should be securely moved to the Gas Giants. We'll see how quickly we can actually get Terra Invicta done. I imagine we could potentially do it in 4 parts, though it'll probably take a little bit longer than that. The day after tomorrow will be Panther Corps 2. We'll be doing the last mission, I think, where we're fighting the Soviets. We'll see how long that takes. If that ends up being a 3-parter, that'll probably be the only mission we do for the day. If it ends up being less than a 3-parter, we'll go for a 2nd mission. Saturday will be Shadow Empire. We're still struggling with those ports. If I sort out the ports, I think we basically win the game. That's basically where we're at. Logistics is the bane of our existence. If we sort the logistics problem, we will be winning. And then Sunday, I hope you've been enjoying Whiskerwood. If you've watched this far, Sunday we'll be back when we're in Whiskerwood and be playing Year 2 in this game. As we roll into spring, and hopefully the place warms up quickly enough that I don't have to keep these fires going for much longer. But yeah, so that's the upcoming plan, upcoming stream schedule. I hope everyone has been enjoying. I got an early start today, so we actually get to finish roughly on time. The goal is actually, well, I say early start. We actually started on time. I try to run these streams 8 to midnight. But I start whenever my family lets me physically get to the computer, so sometimes I start late, and I try to get them done. Well, I try to get them streaming every day. Whether they go at the normal time is sort of an unreliable problem. So I hope you've been enjoying. This is Whiskerwood. I believe it is in early access. I did pick it up when it was on sale during the Christmas sales, which is, at this point, over. It took me a while to get around to it. I've got a couple other games we'll pull into the rotation as we work through our games from the Christmas sale as well. So with that, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.